I've decided to start this broadcast because I basically promised you all that I'd show you how to start your own radio station within 2 hours. I'm actually going to try and do it in 1 hour. Okay, this is my email address, but I want to show you what I've done. First of all, go to Sambroadcaster Pro, and basically all you do is you just, hopefully this is an old computer, because I didn't, when I say it's an old computer, it's still a fairly good computer. I'm not saying you can start these in crap. Just type in Caster FM, Sampro, Sampro, and this will bring you to Sampro, or even type in Sambroadcaster. We should probably do it. Sambroadcaster. And that will definitely get you through. Okay. Download Sampro online. Or you can try your free trial. And it brings you to here, and then all you have to do, sorry about that, slow it down, is give them your name. Okay, so you type your name in there. That's all you look for. Your email, click I agree and submit. That's all you have to do. So I'm going to leave that screen up till we go through. I put in James, and then I put in my email address, and then I clicked I agree, and then I submit it. Okay, that's all I've done there. I'm going to leave that up to show you afterwards. Now, verify your account is the email address I got. So I'm just clicking to confirm my subscription, because let's get the thank you for verifying. Now basically all you need to do is verify an email. Okay. Thank you for verifying. We will send you an email shortly with information on how to get started. Okay, so we'll go back to this then. We'll refresh. Back to inbox. That'll probably take a while. So while that's all sorting itself out, that's the software hopefully coming to you. Yeah, one more step. Thank you for submitting your details. One more step and you're all through. So basically that just goes through. So you can always log in. I'll probably show you that later. This is the free shoutcast plan, which you're going to have to do. That's from Caster FM. And basically to get that, all you need to do is type in Caster FM. So let's do that. Let's get the actual radio station go. Right, to get this, I just type in www.caster.fm and you'll get this page. And basically this is fairly easy, folks, because really all you have to do here is just go free plan and register. Okay. Then your username at .caster.fm. So that'll be your subdomain. I don't know really actually what that means. I'm a little bit confused with that. Yeah, .caster.fm. So I don't know. What do you want to call your radio? Radio Beam. How about that? We'll go RADIO Radio Beam. BEAM. Radio Beam at caster.fm. Your email address. Now do use the email address. There you are. james3mar@gmail.com. That looks, that's a valid one. Confirm email address. JAMESTRAYMAIL.com. Panel password. Mighty. MIGHTY. mighty house. Confirm password. Now, what I suggest you do is, if you're going to be making passwords, is write down the password. So I've decided that's mighty house. So we just take a footnote of it. House. Now, I could have done all this earlier, but I want to actually show you step by step. Okay. So the panel password. Now that's what you're going to be typing in. You need confirm panel password. MIGHTY house. HOUSE. Broadcast password. Let's go. I love RADIO. Okay. So I love radio is your password. So you write that down. I love radio. Okay. Confirm broadcast password. ILOVERADIO. Now I strongly suggest that you use better than that. Now it has country United Kingdom there. I don't think I can do Ireland, but just because I'm going to be, I mean, mainly I know everybody all over the world, and when I say know everybody, mainly through Facebook. I have met a lot of the artists by going to see them, or them coming to see, especially if they come to Ireland. By the way, if you are an artist and you're watching this, let me know if you're coming to Ireland, or even the UK. I would travel over to the UK to see you if you're coming over, no problemo. Famous Seamus will be on the plane, and on the way though I can stay in a hotel. You don't have to put me up. Actually, it looks like Ireland isn't there, which I'm quite surprised by. Gee, I don't see. Oh, it is. So I'm going to put in Ireland because that's where I'm from, and then you put in the captcha. So it's OH. Now the thing I like about this one too is, yeah, so that's OHUH, and then you just sign up. My email address does not match. James Tramer at Gmail. Tray. Just delete that and put an M. It's amazing. Yeah, James Tramer. And as you can see, I'm not the quickest. You'll have to redo the cap. SODE, and then sign up. All fields required. What am I missing? James Trainer Gmail. What's it saying? Panel password. Minimum 6 character. What was the panel password, folks? Broadcast password is the first, so so it's Mighty Mouse. Okay, see what I mean about writing down here. MIGHTYMOUSE. Sorry about this, folks, this shouldn't be taking it long. MIGHTYMOUSE. And my user, and the radio is called Radio Beam. Radio Beam, RADIO Beam, BEAM. Okay, this bit is taking me a bit longer than what I anticipated. Of course, I didn't really. Broadcast password is I love radio. ILOVERADIO. Tab. ILOVERADIO. Country Ireland. Then you put in. Hopefully, I'll get it this time. SIQA. I promise you I'd show you the easy way to do this, but really I just want to show you the right way, and if I'm making mistakes you won't. Free broadcast restoration. Oh no. Confirmation is being sent to this email address. Make sure you check your spam server. So I'm going to save that anyway. Right, so I just bring that down. I'll go back to my email address. Now there's an awful lot coming to my email address. So remember, you're downloading the software onto an ordinary laptop. So you're downloading the software, Sambroadcaster Pro, highly recommended. In fact, it's the only one I would use. The next thing would be then to get to Caster FM, because Caster FM is your platform. It actually is your radio station. Okay, this, by the way, folks, is all free for now, because we've downloaded Sambroadcaster Pro on a trial period. Now, the reason I'm doing that, but you can actually get free copies of Sam, but I wouldn't. I would. It's only $299. Is it worth it? I've been using it now 5 years. I actually broadcast all over the world now, and we broadcast all over the world. And believe you me, right? Thank you for registering for your own free radio station at Caster FM. To confirm your email address and open your radio server, so obviously activation, you click on that. There you go. Account activated. Click here to log in. And there you have. That's your radio beam up on air. So we just type in WUHA. Log in. Server is offline. So there's basically everything you need, more or less. Your password, you will get a code. I mean, I should have got a code. Oh. Bands, podcasts, sauce. Oh. Well, sure. We'll log in anyway. So it's OAER. Oh, that's it. I don't want to make changes. Settings. That's different. Try and log in here instead. UGIL. What we will also need is the I'm confused. Right. Have I lost it from them? Close that down. Okay, I'm sorry, folks. Did I actually close that down by mistake? That's a special on that. Only one more step. Well, actually, let's get this down. Right, only one more step. Thank you for submitting your details. Back to the email. I may have lost that, which means I probably have to make this again because it's no longer confirming, which is annoying. Okay, let's go and do the Sambroadcaster Pro. So we'll click on it. congratulations with download Sambroadcaster Pro here. So what I'm actually doing is I'm actually downloading Sambroadcaster Pro. Hi James, welcome to Sambroadcaster Pro. Congratulations, you're just a few steps away from starting your own radio station with Sambroadcaster, the world's best internet. So you actually get a link there. Download Sambroadcaster Pro here. So just click that. So let's get this down anyway, instead of just backing off and throwing me dummy out the window and saying boohoo.com. Okay, so we open. I'm not even going to look at folder. I'm just going to open it. Okay, say yes. And when you're doing stuff like that, get the back screens off. Then click next. Now, always make sure you have music on the computer. I don't think of a lot on this. I don't know whether I have or haven't actually. Now that I think about it, have I got music on this? Well, I have got some. Don't know how much. Well, enough to broadcast. Okay, so basically agree to the first one. You want Fireboard server, but you basically say yes to all of that. Check that you're happy with where the program is going. Always, it normally goes to C programs, the C drive, which is your main drive. I'm tired, folks. I'm sorry. Just click install, and as you can see, it's starting to install. Once again, I highly recommend Sambroadcaster Pro. It's not the end of the world. We are actually only 19 minutes, I think, into this, so I'm well within my 2 hours. I promise you I'll show you how to do it in 2 hours. It's very simple to set up and get going, and once you get going, you will learn then as you're going along how to actually take full advantage of the software. But more importantly, one tip I'll give you: if you are going to open your own radio station, remember that it's not about you. So do you know what I mean? Like, you'll have to, if you actually want to attract listeners, you could pick rock, you could pick pop, you could pick mixed, you could pick any, but it's better to specialize in something. I specialize in new artists. I don't just play them on the radio, I promote them online and on our websites, and basically that's what I specialize. So kind of all my music and all my stuff is 2 tasks has been installed in your computer, finished. That's actually more of an update than the one I have at the moment. You don't need to read this. This is basically all a load of instructions, and all that's going to do is scare you. That's all it's going to do, you know, scare you. So you can close out of that. Only one more step. I don't know what that is, but you've done that. So now you have Sambroadcaster Pro here. Now I'm not going to actually open that just yet. Well, maybe I will. I'm just going to open this. I hope that I don't have to go through getting another radio station again. Okay, Sambroadcaster Pro. You were only through first steps from using Sambroadcaster Pro. This basically just click next. Yeah, stick with Fireboard. I always recommend sticking with Fireboard because it isn't the best database, but it's the easiest to use. Use default settings because you're not going to be doing anything special. My audio files to the media library recommended, yes. Add default sound FX and demo files. Well, you don't have to do that. It won't do any harm, so we'll leave them there. Playback audio device. Now this is actually the playback audio device should be the recording device, which is your mic. Should be the Logitech headphone, but just for now, I'd leave that. I think the primary sound driver. You could use it. Now so basically here is where you set up. So I'm using this to listen to it and to talk to it from. Okay. Otherwise, I would normally use the primary sound driver here, but there's no need. I strongly suggest that you use the Logitech. You use the thing I'm actually going next. I want to try Broadcaster Pro for free. Yes. And there you go. that should be it. You now your songs will everything will be accessible. Thanks once again to Firebird. Stream hosting, broadcasting online requires a lot of quality bandwidth. If you do not have a stream host provider yet, we highly recommend SpecialNet. Now you can use SpecialNet, but I highly recommend Caster FM. Congratulations, we're now ready to start using Sambroadcaster Pro. You just click finish. And there it is. It's setting up. Now this is Sambroadcaster Pro. It will add all your MP3 files. Now that was just too quick. I don't know how many tracks I have. So basically expand your screen to full length. And what I do normally is, you can actually do this whatever way you like. Hide that. You don't want to be looking at that. Okay, there's your clock. It's your deck A and deck B. Okay, and straight away God. Alright, let's move this out of the way. Okay. That should be able to click in there somehow. But it's not. So that's your deck A and deck B. And you have more decks, but you only need 2. Okay. I always put the playlist, which is your tracks in that, in the corner. And don't have it too small. Kind of adjust it to your screen size. And you just drag and drop to adjust it, okay? Basically, kind of, you don't need a clock, but I use it. So now you want, that's your encoder, that's your microphone, all this. This is your sound effects, which you get all that.
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
I forgot to put on my headphones. I hope to God you've been hearing me okay. Which means I may stop this and go back and have a look. But however, I hope to God you've heard me alright, because it's been right beside me there. Okay, let's continue and I'll go back over it. And if this one doesn't turn out well, it's not an actual live stream. The reason why it's not a live stream is because I do want to kind of, when I was started off in this, there was such a lack of actual information as how to use it. Right, when you want your windows, I want the cue. The cue is the next song. I want to know the next song that's going in when I'm doing a live show. And the cue, for some reason or other, is showing. Well, yeah, it was covered up by deck. So here's your cue. Okay, so you put your cue over here on the left hand side. And I'd have that cue list fairly big, or at least to such a oh god damn it. So this is not going to be as hard for you folks. I know you're all going to have better gear, but I just wanted to show you that this is possible to do with bad gear. Now that's your cue. That's your cue. That's the basis. That'll tell you the time. Somebody ring up and say, oh, I've got artists, and they'd be asking, when is my song coming on? I would not know, my love, unless I had that cue, you know, and I need that cue. Okay, you don't need history, but I like to keep history up, because if you have your history and somebody says to you, I mean, I've often have alcoholics contact me and saying, you didn't play that song in such and such a time and by such and such an artist at such and such a time, and then I go back over history and I say, well, according to this I did, so you know, if I didn't, it's because something went wrong, it's not because I didn't put it in. You're able to defend yourself a little bit, you know. But I want to get decks and A's and B's. The sound is, I'm going to cut this out. This is your sound FX. That's, as I said, just special effects. Thank you. That's just special effects and all that. So that's actually fairly loud. I'm sorry about that. I should have checked that out. But I will readjust the volume of this. I actually, now that I think about it, I never checked. This is your configure. This is where I want, that's your mic. Basically you want that to be about here. Easy in phase. We're going to get rid of the effects for now. You want your deck A and your deck B in clear view, okay, because they're your decks. As one song plays out, the other will be playing in, and those are your decks. Any DJ will tell you you need at least a minimum of 2 decks. Sambroadcaster provides you with 2 decks. Okay, I also would like to volume, voice tracking, voice sound, request queue, playlist, on air light. You need this. Why? You don't really need it, I suppose, but put your clock back up here. Put your history up above, right in the center, so that you can check what song you have played. This is what songs are coming in. Your tracks should be here. Oh. Yes. Oh, I have 37 tracks. So at least we have the demo. So basically, this is where you get your songs from. This is where you'll make all your playlists. You can add new folders anytime. Let's call it just rock, R-O-C-K, enter. And that'll be your new folder where you do your show. Then you transfer your show over to here. When it's time to play the show, it's from here to here, so it's pretty easy. I'm actually thinking of stopping this now. It's worrying me that you guys couldn't hear me earlier. It'll be a total fluke if you heard me clearly, because, well, I kind of fecked that up. This is your configure, which there's no point in doing all that just yet. I have to actually figure out what the story is. I probably should have done this in 2 parts because that's Sambroadcaster. But just to prove that it's working, which it is, it's just to prove that it's working. So we'll stick on the mic. We go testing. Now you've actually heard me, and they can hear me. I'm not sure. I think they are actually hear me at the same time. So I'm not going to be doing that, because what's going to happen there is it's also very loud. You can adjust the sound, but I think my microphone is actually very loud. So if you want to change things like that, go into your computer and change them. Don't be waiting around, be afraid to experiment. I don't even know this computer. Speaker, Logitech had something, volume, input, microphone. Just click on the device properties. Now this is probably the main thing is to get in and then just click on levels. And I'm going to just turn mine down slightly because if it's a bit loud, it's probably hopefully that'll be better. That's my microphone. Okay, and I'm also going to turn the volume down to, would say, 80 on the. Now you shouldn't have to do that. That should be fine now. You shouldn't have to do that. So when you want to play a song, you just go play next. Middle button, stop. So there's your decks. Okay. Now you can also have it queued. So there's queue. Click down. That's not working. Here. Oh, auto DJ. Play queue. That's what I always do. So basically, it will play the queue if there's a queue in there. You know what I mean? Like, it'll play it as soon as you start. So that's Sambroadcaster's set up. You now have the software onto your computer. Now let's go get your actual radio station working. So let's just down that for now. I've done that, so I don't know why that's doing still up. Welcome to Sambroadcaster. If you wish to stop receiving emails or change address, manage your subscription. Welcome to special.net, sales and service. Sambroadcaster, we've done that. Before you start your radio server, please take the time and update all radio details. Required fields. Okay. My radio name. So stick in your radio name, which if I remember correctly, which I don't remember what it was. What was it? Radio Beam. So RADIOBEAM. Radio description mixed. MIXED. Category. Leave it on. I'm leaving it on categorized because I don't know. Yes. Time zone. American Chicago. No. We'll go to. We'll go to Europe, obviously. Can anyone see London? Oh, we'll go to Europe, Dublin. Same thing. Will do me. Radio time zone. Minimum 25 words. What is this? Page sidebar text. WELCOME to all new DJs. Footer title. We love. Whoops. ROCK. Minimum 25. Minimum words 25. Welcome to all new DJs. This radio is set up to show how easy it is to use SAMBROADCASTER with WITH, Sambroadcaster with Caster FM, CASTER.FM. Looking for DJs. LOKING for DJs. You never know, I might actually get a few. Which I think that's minimum 25 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. They really are not making this easy. Mixed MIXED music MUSIC show SHOW by DJ Jaw. Mob Radio. Alright. Okay, is that not 25 words? Is the money's going across? 5, 10, 50, must be down there. Radio. As in MASTERSOFBANDWIDTH. We claim to be masters of bandwidth radio. Of course we're not really, but we like to think we are. We certainly are to our fans, you know. It says a minimum of 25 words, a minimum of 250 characters. Okay, so let's go. M for INTS. They didn't actually have this the last time I tried it. We love MUSIC. MUSIC is LIFE. Okay, that should do it. Don't know whether I will. We love rock. Footer block text. Footer block title. We love rock. Footer block text. Tune in, TUNE in, and BAMAZED. Tune in and be amazed. Now when you're doing this, you will see that as the details. when you start off, you'll have start server, off air, 100 photos required. You needn't worry about that. You need 100 photos required for the free dance floor, or you can purchase it. You're not going to be doing that. As you can see, everything has cost you nothing so far. I'm kind of a bit worried because footer, copyright text, copyright reserved, radio name, okay. I don't know what website modules are. Chat on, current listeners on, save schedule on. I don't recommend that you have current listeners on. I can put people off. You know, unless you're guaranteed of thousands upon thousands of people tune in, which even Mob Radio doesn't. I'm broadcasting 5 years, and when I come back, if I often have, we're often broadcasting to only hundreds, not thousands, sometimes less, and it's only when we actually do a live show that the numbers will fly up, and they do fly up. They go up like whew, they go up fast. When we do live, especially when I do the live shows, anyway, they fly up. But you don't want people tuning in and seeing that you only have like 50 listeners or 40 listeners, because you know they'll see the IP addresses. They don't realize that 50 actually means there's about 200 listening, and that not everybody registers, especially if they tune in through TuneIn Radio, for instance. You know, if they tune in through any apps, we don't see them. Strangely enough, we can't register them, and if we can't register them, we can't show them. So I kind of have a counter which I use, but you're not going to be worried about that. You can go up to 400 listeners free, which is 400 IP addresses, which basically means multiply that by an average of 3. You have 4, 8, 12. That's 1,200 listeners. Now, if you can get 1,200 listeners in to what? The radio name, description, page text, sidebar text, and footer fields tests fields are required. So what am I missing? Must be this. Because GERO, I assume, I don't know, they haven't. My radio name is Radio Beam. This begin hold on, back to the RADIOBEAM. Radio Beam. Okay, myself for that. Alright. Your radio description, MIXED music, MUSIC. My God. Category, let's go rock. Radio directory, yes. This RADIO station, STATION, is going to ROCKU with the BEST rock ROCK songs, SONGS from FROM, the past PAST, the present PRESENT, the FUTURE. When you're starting off, promise the words. Sun, moon, and stars doesn't work. Always make sure when you're doing this. Remember, I'm just setting this up, and it's going to be boom afterwards. But remember when you're doing this to try and do it to such a way that you're going to be able to keep your promises, at least 80% of them, because people will come to depend on you, and it's kind of not fair because you'll actually get some fans, and it's you they want to hear. They tune in to hear you, not the radio. Do you know what I mean? What are you doing next? What is he up to today? What is she up to today? You know what I mean? Like, and what's it called? Radio what? Why did I name it Radio Beam? RADIOBEAM. Okay. I don't know why that's saying. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Well, that's 39 words. Okay. So what we'll do here is we'll try and cheat, okay? So we'll copy, click, paste. I'm hoping this works because this I did not account for. Block footer title. This idea of starting off from scratch probably wasn't my brightest moment. I probably should have just showed you from my main computer. Copyrights, footer, copyrights, text, copyrights, radio name, Radio Beam. BEAM. OZEN. It doesn't tell you how many characters. I mean, this is so much wasting my time. I nearly do the video again. I mean, it's asking me for a minimum of 250 characters, so I can go HAPPR we to TUNE into RADIO BAM. If this doesn't work, I'm going to have to cancel out and redo you guys another video because it's not fair news. I promise you within 2 hours. Well, it's 46 minutes and I'm kind of still kind of lost. So I'm just going to go in here and go life is good in LONDON when WHENU Listen, LISTN to RADIOBEAM. Thank you. Now, I don't know now, it says 250 characters. There's 5, 10, let's say 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100, 105, 115, 120, 125, 130, 145, 150, 155, 160, 165, 170, 175, 180, 185, 190, 200, 205, 210, 215, 220, 230, 240. Okay, I'm now going to copy all this. Copy this one. Copy. Paste. VAMI. I mean, I settings saved. Done. So now we start server. Then we just stick YINA. We start server. Okay. That took me a lot longer than we thought. Your server is actually now up and running. So the problem was there, you will have the time for all that. But now you have the details. The details are shanecast.caster.fm. What you want here is the port. Okay, you want the port. So the port, and write this down. Don't memorize it. 40192. Okay, now it would appear that I'm going to be broadcasting bitrate 64. That doesn't really matter, we can set that. Your username is source, and your password is I love radio, and it seems to be low caps. Don't know why, but it is. And your password password I love radio. Of course, if that doesn't work, your password is Mighty Mouse, but I think that's your panel password. Okay, so I love radio, port shanecast.caster.fm /listen mp3. So basically I'm going to write all that down, even though I know them, because the best thing to do, as you can see, it only takes a few minutes. LISTEN listen dot mp3. Okay, your username is source USER. Now you could change that, but I wouldn't, because they've put it in there. So SOURCE, and it's Shanecast, all low caps, SHAINCAST, shancast.caster.fm. Okay, this is it. You're actually now set up. Okay, do not close. You see, your server is online. Do not close that. Minimize it. Okay, bring back up your Sambroadcaster. Now the easiest way to do this, I find, is to switch off your mic. Okay, is to configure. Now when you press the configure, you can go to members details, username, station details. I actually forget now the way of doing this. Oh yes, of course, you need your encoder. So you can skip everything else, okay, and just go and find your encoders. Which I should have had up. Do you see encoder? I wish you were here to help me. You're probably all shouting, "Hey, Seamus, it's there. Close all auxiliary power decade." There it is, encoders. Bring your encoder over. This is the little baby that's going to do it all for you. Okay, right. Bring down your menu, and you can click New. Okay. Pick MP3 lame code. Now this is very important. MP3 lame code. If you pick anything else, what happens is what you're playing won't show on your website. It's an old code. It's the code that Sambroadcaster works. I highly recommend MP3 lame is still worked by Firebird. Of course, we're using Firebird, but like it's also used by most audio software. Okay. Now we're going to broadcast in 64 bits, but I would recommend 120. I think I broadcast in 128. But for the amount of listeners started off, if you want to clear 64 bits, probably best. I highly recommend 128. You can easily do that. You can go up to a max of 320, but you'll have to pay for that. I'm sure you're not at that stage. You won't be at that stage. So I'm going to just leave it at 64 bits. Why? Because the quality is good. You know, Easy Listen Stevie on Mob Radio, he broadcasting that. The mode is stereo. Auto start encoder. Then server details. Now here's where you have to put in all your proper details. First of all, it's Icecast. Okay. Now you put in your server IP. Now which is actually Shaincast, SHAINCAST, Shaincast. I should have had that in front of me. It's okay, pussy. I have a nice cat here beside me, which is kind of sad because it's not my cat. Shaincast. I must tell you a story about the cat. I moved up here this time last year, and as you all remember, I used to broadcast from the dungeon, which was famous. Everybody who plays World of Warcraft with me. Your port. Oh, did I get the port? Yes, 40192. Remember, that port is unique to you, so give it to nobody else. 40192. That's your port. 40192. Confirming that. 40192. Username source, it's already in. Password is... Oh, what is password? I love radio. ILOVERADIO. Your mount. Now this is the trick. Your mount, and I didn't write that down there. Your mount is /listen, LISTEN, /listen dot MP3. Okay, so it's /listen dot MP3. Now here is where you have to stick in your details, my station name. So this is what people will see when they tune into your radio station. So our radio station is called Radio Beam. RADIOBEAM. As you can see, this is off the seat of my pants. We'll give it a rock description, ROCK, because I've been going on rock. The website and the URL you don't have to touch, everything else is touch, and then you press OK. Okay. Now go to your tracks, and here's the easiest way to do it, right? Let's just go Control A, because I've only 37 tracks. I don't know how many you'll have starting off. Q top. You have your Q top, and then that's it. You just click on your encoder, start encoder. Encoder has started. Play now. Okay. Now I don't know actually how. Bear with me a minute. I forgot to bring in the volume there. Sorry about that, folks. Very, very roughly made, but I don't care. You are actually now up, set up and running. That's your radio station. You've done everything through your encoder. I highly recommend that you leave your encoder up at all times. So make room for your encoder. I don't even know where the encoder went. But you can go drop down window, go and find your encoder, because your encoder, oh sorry, I'm so used to dragging and dropping. We've got spoiled, folks. We really have. We've got spoiled as times went by. You can downsize your encoder, which is better to do that. Just downsize it and fit it in somewhere. For instance, now for the on-air light you will need, and you will stick that in here. Now the on-air light is basically when you talk, and when you talk you'll be heard. Hello, this is DJ Shay on MOB Radio. Everything's down low now because I have it down low for a reason. Now to prove to you that this is working, and by the way, this is done in 1 hour. 1 hour, folks. I done it in 1 hour. So how do we find your radio station? What is your radio station's name? Well, your radio station's name is, what do we name? Radio Beam. So it's www.radiobeam.caster.fm. Hit that. Oh, okay. www.radiobeam.caster. Oh, okay. Right, let's find the radio station. I'm kind of, that's not good. So we need to bring up, you can drop this down just by clicking on it. Need to bring up, open. That's the mob radio. Okay, so I don't know what that is. What is our address? You know, I didn't figure that one out. It's normally shanecast.caster.fm, so it should be very strange. Okay, we'll have to go back into the login site and see it. But as you can see, you're actually up and running. You're actually broadcasting. I just so let's have a look at the server details. Let's go. You can click this at any time when you want to find out things and configure. Now that's server details, shanecast.caster.fm, radio station name, Radio Beam, www website, www. I'm not actually sure of what our name is now, so I'm going to have to log in and see can I get that back. So to do that we go www.caster.fm, caster.fm, and hit it. Okay, username Radio Beam, password, it's all set up there. E-M-A-N. Okay. As you can see, server is online. No listeners. Okay. Hardly surprising, you've just started. By the way, it's going to take you a while to bring that up. The problem is, your website address is radiobeam.caster.fm. Let's just copy that. Okay, and actually stick it in here. And there you go. You just press play. I'm gonna adjust it here. I'm gonna adjust it there. You're streaming live. Here's where your live broadcast is. Live broadcast has started 5 minutes ago. Listeners 0. Black Dog, Led Zeppelin, Sina Feet, and Andrea. As he's actually, without that guy, Andrea Serbiu is from Romania, and Sina Feet, which is really Sina Doring. I just would not have a rock show, or sorry, I would not have a rock show because it's just like, hey, you know, I just wouldn't have a rock show. Okay, this is your microphone, on off. I don't know why that's an issue. Testing, 1, 2, 3. What is going on? Okay, sorry about that, folks. This is DJ Shay live on Radio Beam. This is DJ Shay live on Radio Beam. This is DJ Shay live on Radio Beam. And on YouTube, folks. I've just shown you all how to get your own radio station up and running, and with a few hip hops I've been here, and it's 2004. Microphone is working, sound is working, all completely free. Of course, if you want to keep Sambroadcaster Pro, it will cost you $299. Tip here, Good Friday. I forget what it's called, Black Friday? Is that Black Friday? It will cost you $299. You'll get it half price. At least half price. Or if you go on Cyber Monday, you get it for half price again. So there's twice a year you can get it for half price. The reason why I recommend this, you've seen how easy it was there. The only thing was, make sure that you get your 250 words in each box and stuff. You're going to take time doing that anyway. But there you are, your radio station is up and running. You right now. Also, my advice as a DJ is every time you're on a radio, whether you have no listeners, 1,000 listeners, 10,000 listeners, 100,000 listeners, treat them, even if you only one listener, talk on the radio like you were talking live, baby. Okay, coming up next. Christ. It's Chris Isaac. Wicked Games. Well, that's it, folks. That's the video done. That's your radio station up and running. If you don't like that song, you can stop it, but you can move on. Here's a request for Soldier of Fortune from Deep Purple. And basically, that's all you have to do. That's all you really have to do. Remember, if you're listening to your radio, which I am right now, if you're listening to it on this, not a good idea. What you say doesn't come out, it comes out after. By the way, you can vote for yourself once. See? Okay, thank you. Yay, that's got one vote. Not as much use. But as you can see, if you try voting for it again, and that now is for this whole house. Your main IP address, what everything else comes through. So you can only vote once per house. So every vote you get is you do very well to get votes. I think I'm broadcasting 5 years now, and I think I still only have about 4,000. We have 11,000 likes, but we only have 4,000. I forget now, 4,200 or whatever votes still, and like that's beyond me. You know, it's the same on YouTube. Like I started up this YouTube channel, and like please subscribe because it's ridiculous. Like I'm getting, well, I don't know, 30,000 maybe 40,000 views a month, and still only have 200 and when I'm talking to you anyway, I think it's in around 210 subs. So that's a pity. So please get me up to 1,000. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this, and I'm going to be showing you. There you are now. There's a radio station up and running. Now, the thing about Caster FM is if you don't use, that's the thing I'm warning you about. The radio station is free. As you can see, you can have up to 400 listeners. It's free. The quality won't be beaten. So I highly recommend Caster FM. And all you have to do to find them is type in Caster FM. I don't care what their company's name is. Just type in www.casters.fm and then just type in register. And then you register and you start your own radio station. And then you're going to be able to afford Sambroadcaster. You know, it's only $299. Save. Save $100 a week, and in 3 weeks you've got your own radio station. And now, I said 2 hours. I'm not going to stay 2 hours, but you've got your files here. Let me show you. Your configured, save the configuration. I'm going to save that configuration just in case I decide to keep it. Then you've got your player, play, pause, stop, next, fading, DJ mode. And your DJ mode, as you can see, is in play only queue. Now you can go auto DJ. You can go a lot of things. Then you have windows. Now the amount of windows here, I haven't got the camera on, but I showed you earlier there's a prequel to this. Actually, I've done a bad job on that, so I'll probably redo that video. But it shows you the size of my screen. I've got a 45. I need a big screen. My rooms will eventually be just all screens. But I kind of want to build a studio downstairs and actually have it totally soundproof, and that'll be in the process. I'm not building it this August, but next August I'm building it. Another dungeon, folks. For all you World of Warcraft players, I will be doing another dungeon. Then you can also connect your live stream to cloud. You don't want to be doing that. You know, you've got your tools: HTML output, maintenance, trigger, help, buy now. You know, you've three desktops. You've 3 decks: A, B, and C. Leave C. You don't need C. Any good DJ will tell you only need A and B. What would you need C for? You know what I mean? Like, you're not clubbing it. You only need 2. One going in, one going out. That's all any DJ needs. It's not rocket science. Your encoder. By the way, another thing with Caster FM, you can have 3 encoders. So you can be broadcasting on 3 radio stations at the one time, which is what I do regularly. I'm actually going to create MOB3 tonight because well, it's handy to have as backup, number 1. Number 2, it's of no major advantage to you starting off, but I would set up 2 radio stations at least, so that if you lose one or you forget your past, like, that's why I wrote everything down, and know me, I'll still forget it. So all you need is deck A, deck B. Keep your history going. As I said to you earlier, there it is. It's telling you what has been played, the time it has been played. It tells you what time it's what's coming up. You keep your clock there because you'll be so surprised that people asking you what time it is, or you want to know the time. And keep your on-air light. That's important, because when you press that, hello everybody, you're listening to Radio Beam live with DJ Shay. When you press that, you're on air. You want to know you're on air, because sometimes you might press that and decide to do something else and be talking away. You don't. If you're going to broadcast online, it doesn't really matter whether. It doesn't matter whether the people listen to you or listen to you and even in a foreign language. If you're not professional in your broadcast, they'll know. And if you want listeners to come back and tune into you, you have to be professional. And they have to know what to expect of you. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to copy some DJ that's famous. Just be yourself. But after a while, they'll be tuning in to listen to you. So don't stop being yourself. Be yourself in the professional, but be yourself in a professional manner. In other words, do similar things. When they get to know your style, stick to that style, but in a professional manner. You know, you can't just decide, for instance, I'm doing a show, and you know, you get a toothache, and oh folks, I'm sorry, I had to cancel that show because I got a toothache and I had to go to the dentist. No, you need to be a little bit more dedicated than that, you know. Bear the pain and go to the dentist the following day, or go to the dentist now and pay extra and get your tooth done then and there. Like, you know, you need to be dedicated.
because they're very unforgiving when you're doing well as a DJ. And remember, you're only a DJ. You're only actually playing the artist's music. You're only presenting the artist's music, but you also are obligated to the artist. If the artist is good enough to allow you to play, most all of my music is actually specifically with the permission of the artist and the artist management team to play. That I specialize in new artists. I do play, other stuff, but mainly I specialize in new artists, and that's where all my permissions come from. And I'm actually very honored and very lucky because I have some amazing artists, and they actually give us dibs. We're Mob Radio is actually the first to get their songs sometimes 2 or 3 weeks before they're even released on YouTube or any other radio station. So we're very, very lucky that way. Obviously, when artists sign up, they have to oblige to whoever they sign up to first. They lose it then. Not all signings demand that, but it's great that we actually have dibs in that. And we're still only we're a small independent radio station which is basically run for free to promote new artists and help them on their way. Thank you all. Please, if you liked what I've done, please subscribe below. My videos will improve with time. I only bought the other camera today, and I'm only doing this. It's not even 24 hours yet. This is my second video. But I will try and keep your promise. Now, just remember, Sambroadcaster Pro. That's all you have to remember, okay? As you can see, it's so easy. There it is, all set up, running. That is exactly as mine is now set up. And we've done this now, and I'm still talking to you, in an hour and 15 minutes. We actually done it in an hour. To be honest with you, an hour and 4 minutes. Okay? So that's your Sambroadcaster Pro. Okay? And this is your actual... Oh, look. I don't know why nobody's photoed from me. Didn't I see air already photoed, and yet there's no photo registered? My God, Caster FM, you're so hard. Really? Can I get a like in there? Oh no! I have to sign in. Well, I ain't signing in on this laptop. I don't know how secure it is. By the way, this is another thing I want to point out to you. This laptop has actually got an Intel i3 processor. I think it's a 1 terabyte hard drive. I think it is 4 gigs of RAM. So you don't need. That's my DJing laptop underneath. See it? That's the HP, but that's that's got audio beats. That's good. When my main system breaks down, this is where I actually broadcast. The reason why I have 2 laptops is, well, like I said, you have to be dedicated and do your best. I've missed a few shows, but trust me, I've been very, very sick. But you really do need to have at least one spare. And if you're going to pick a laptop, which obviously most people will do as a spare, make sure it's got Beats Audio. That has an i7 processor in it, but it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. When you're starting off, it doesn't have to. For instance, if you tell people where I'm only going to be doing a couple of shows a week, I'll only be live maybe 16 hours or 20 hours a week or 30 hours a week, that's fine, because then they know what to expect and they'll know the time to tune in and get you. Okay, that's a wrap, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be looking back over it, and if not, I'll just do it all over again. Well, I can cut and edit. Oh, before I go, while the screen is there, lately I've been doing a lot of researching, and DJ wise, Audacity is great for audio editing. As an actual fact, you can take the audio out of a video and edit it with Audacity, and you get rid of all hissing. I actually have loads of videos of Ali Sherlock still that I'm not putting up because they're just too bad. I've put up videos with noise interference, so I'm going to be getting to the stage where I'll be putting up videos with no noise interference. Well, the plan of buying that camera was to get it at source. I'm going to have that now at source, because believe you me, the camera I have is and all total cost me over €1,000. Now, that's not a hell of a lot of money, I know, because there's going to be photographers out there. What? That's not, man. Mine cost me $1,500. But I'm telling you, I'm only a DJ. I only got this for the radio, I might be lucky. I am so honoured and so lucky to be recording like the likes of Ali Sherlock, Rebecca, and a few others. And it's a privilege. But it's a privilege I only get maybe once every 2 or 3 times a year, And eventually, when Ali becomes, and she will become, a megastar, well, I've been promised VIP tickets, but I don't know whether I'm going to be allowed to record them, you know, if I'm side of the stage. And, you know, what I'm saying is the days of recording the likes of Ali Sherlock are not going to last too long, I can tell you. She's actually in LA recording her first LP. Way to go, girl. So basically, yeah, so like I didn't buy the camera to be a photographer, you know, I just bought it to once again put more into this. I'd love to get 1,000 subscribers. That would be a big help, and if I get that, I know I'm not going to make a lot of money, but at least if I do hit enough views to make a few little quid, it'll be good, because it'll be going back in towards the cost of running Mob Radio, which, as I said, is basically for free. All services we do is for free. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up, because as of yet I haven't figured out how to start and stop this without pulling it on the screen. That's another thing. OBS. If you want to do live streams, OBS Studio. Okay, if you want to do video editing, which, okay, I'm no expert on, but I'm going to show you and teach you as I get on. Wondershare Film or Filmore, ORE. Very, very good. Okay, OBS, I'm actually doing OBS. I didn't know that was free. That's there. You probably all know about it, but for those of you who don't know about it, wow, so easy to use. It's nowhere near rocket science. And those 3 apps are what I'll be using now to broadcast, use, and also to edit and improve the videos on YouTube and get them to professional quality. Like I said, I wanted to show you all that anybody could do this from any age. It's now 2019. We started an hour and 20 minutes ago, so I guess that's long enough, folks. You've got your channel up and running in 1 hour and 4 minutes. And that's all it took, folks. That's all it took. You go back to Sambroadcaster. Okay, folks, this was our first broadcast live. DJ Shay on Radio Beam, beaming to the world. That's a wrap, folks. Okay, so stop recording and that'll be it.